So with fall finally here, sometimes we're looking for fragrances that are not too sweet or too juvenile or too resinous, too heavy. These are usually scents and styles associated with the fall and winter season. Today we're going to be focusing our attention on some of them that are more on the classy side of things. I'm excited to share this list with you in just a bit, so make sure to stay tuned. Before I begin today's episode and I tell you about these classy, elegant fragrances, they all have a certain level of professionalism about them. Not necessarily office friendly, but they do have a little bit of depth to them, all perfect for the colder weather. Before I start the video, I want to share that if you are a fan of this type of content, fragrance reviews, top 10 videos, giveaways, unboxing, special guests, so on and so forth, please do consider supporting the channel by subscribing to it, hit the bell, and give this video a thumbs up for the YouTube algorithm. It would really mean a lot to me. So it's the fall and winter seasons upon us. Of course, we're in the middle of autumn/fall right now, but winter's right around the corner. We know how time just flies. Here is a fragrance by Vivamore Parfums, and this one is called Tobacco Supreme. If you're a fan of a woodsy, dry tobacco fragrance, this stuff is amazing. It's not a cherry moistened pipe tobacco like a Tobacco Vanille by Tom Ford, so it's not going to be anything like that, but it does have an organic, natural quality about it that I truly, truly love. If you're a fan of something a little bit on the darker side of things, you like the note of tobacco, check out Tobacco Supreme by Vivamore Parfums. I think it's amazing. Now here we have one that has really good lasting power, and I do consider this to be quite professional and elegant, not necessarily an office fragrance, although you can wear it in the office as well. This is Mephisto by Casa Moratti, which is under the Xerjoff umbrella. This contains Calabrian lemon, grapefruit, bergamot, lavender flowers, rose absolute, Florentine iris, sandalwood, cedarwood, amber, and musk. This does get compared to Silver Mountain Water by Creed. I totally get the comparisons, but I love how the performance of this fragrance, along with many other Xerjoff fragrances, is really, really good. So this is one that I personally do enjoy wearing all year round. I can see why people would prioritize the hotter weather to wear this one in. For myself personally, I enjoy wearing it all year round, especially when I just want to smell clean, professional, elegant. I want something with lasting power. This fragrance really, really does that for me. Of course, we have another one that is very near and dear to me. This one by Histoire de Parfum is called 1725 Casanova. So this is kind of a powdery lavender fragrance, and I've had this bottle for so many years now. I actually wore this fragrance the day my daughter was born. This has bergamot, citron, it has lavender, vanilla, almond, sandalwood, cedar, amber. So similar note breakdown as far as the base is concerned to Mephisto, but this one has that powdery, almondy lavender. It is amazing, right? It does cut through the cold. It's great if you're looking to smell classy, elegant, and professional this colder weather. A new one by Mancera. Of course, we have to put a Mancera or a Montal fragrance on this list, especially if we're talking about the colder weather. This brand is synonymous with long-lasting compositions. Cosmic Pepper is the name of this one. Brand new, so that's one of the reasons why I'm going to be wearing it a lot. It does have the pepper. It has a little bit of tonka in the dry down, so it actually takes a bit of a sweeter direction. It's not a really overbearing pepper note, so it's not going to be like Pop Summer Con by Hermes, but this stuff is awesome. Of course, there's also one of my favorite Marleys. This one is called Pegasus Exclusive. Of course, for the fall and winter, you want to go with Pegasus Exclusive as opposed to the original Pegasus. And of course, there's also Leighton and Leighton Exclusive, and there's a lot of other great fragrances that you can wear this time of the year. But I think Leighton is a little bit more playful, better for a night out, clubbing, partying, bar hopping scenario. This is more elegant and formal, I suppose, so I chose to include this one in today's list. From the house of Amouage, Amouage has a lot of long-lasting fragrances. I almost put Enclave, but Enclave has a little bit of sweetness in it, so it makes it a little bit more playful, I suppose. I used Search in this list. Search has a lot of that citrus in here, but it also has a bit of birch. So it's like a dark, smoky citrus. It's a really interesting dichotomy, really interesting contrast of notes and accords, and this one is just amazing, right? It smells a lot like, I think it was Scandal by Raja Parfum. It also smells like New York Intense by Patricia de Nicolai. So this one kind of has that like citrusy, almost like a cologne genre type of a feel to it, but the darkness that is coming from the birch is quite wonderful. Here's another one that I was really impressed by. Really classy, formal, although this is probably the lightest one in the entire list. This one by Sospiro is called Basso. So this fragrance does remind me a lot of Terre d'Hermès by Hermès, and it also smells a lot like Isola Blue by Raja Parfum, which used to be called Oligarch. So this fragrance is very bright, citrusy. It has that clean vetiver in the dry down, really formal, elegant, professional. And like I said, the performance is still in like the 7 to 8 hour mark. It is highly concentrated, but it is one of the lighter offerings from this entire list. Of course, we also have a designer fragrance, Ombre Leather by Tom Ford. I think this fragrance is really wonderful, really classy. It's kind of along the same lines of like a Tuscan Leather. Tuscan Leather, you want to pick that one if you like the berry note. So if you like that sort of a raspberry inclusion, go with that one. If you want something a bit more dry, a bit more mysterious, go with Ombre Leather. Myself personally, I do prefer Ombre Leather because it is a bit more versatile, I suppose, and it really has that dry, almost spicy leather vibe in there that I really enjoy. Speaking of New York, we also have New York Intense by Fragrance du Bois. This one is not by Nicolai Parfumeur Créateur. This one is kind of Fragrance du Bois' version of Jubilation 25 by Amouage. So it has that myrrh, or that sweet myrrh, a Popinax I should say. It also has a little bit of that blackberry vibe. It's a really interesting fragrance, really classy. And another thing that you would attribute to Fragrance du Bois creations is they all last a very long time. So longevity is certainly something in their favor. And in the number one spot, this is a fragrance I'm going to be wearing a lot. It's bright, it's citrusy, it's mossy, it's earthy, it's green, it's elegant, it's professional, it's different, it stands out. This stuff is amazing, but try to get a sample. I know ScentSplit has it. I'm pretty confident they have it, so I'm going to drop the links down below. This is not a blind buy type of a fragrance. This one is Harrods by Raja Parfum. So this is a fragrance that is, of course, exclusive to Harrods in London. Of course, it's named after the store. And this fragrance, it's green, it's earthy, it's a little floral, but in a clean way. It has a touch of animalic ingredients in the dry down, but nothing that overtakes the verdant qualities and the citrusy qualities and the clean floral qualities of the fragrance. If I'm looking for something to convey elegance, professionalism, Harrods is amazing. Of course, Harrods also gets compared to another fragrance that Raja Parfum has put out called Diaghilev. Now, Diaghilev can be a little bit more on the animalic side of things. Harrods is not. So I think Harrods is a safer bet, definitely conveys that sense of class and distinction and elegance, and it's amazing. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you took something of value. These are classy, elegant, and professional fragrances for the fall and winter time. Of course, I'm prioritizing performance and smell in today's video. If you have some classy, elegant, and professional fragrances that you like wearing around this time of the year, drop them down below in the comment section. I'm always interested in hearing from you. Thanks again for watching. If you enjoyed this video, once again, please don't forget to support the channel by subscribing to it, hit the bell, and give this video a thumbs up. Thanks again for watching. Love you guys, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.